Hey there, fellow garden enthusiasts. Welcome back to Hydro Haven. Today, I'm going to share something that has completely transformed my gardening game, and I can't wait for you to try it too. You might be looking at those orange peels you toss in the trash and thinking they're just waste, but what if I told you they're actually gardening gold? That's right, orange peel powder is the secret weapon many professional gardeners don't want you to know about. I've been experimenting with this incredible natural resource for years now, and the results speak for themselves. My plants are thriving, pests are staying away, and I'm reducing waste in the process. It's a win-win-win situation that I'm excited to share with the Hydro Haven community. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's unlock the power of orange peels together. What makes orange peel powder so special? Orange peels are packed with nutrients and natural compounds that plants absolutely love. When dried and ground into a powder, these peels become a concentrated source of goodness that can benefit your garden in multiple ways. First, orange peels contain D-limonene, a natural compound that makes up about 90% of citrus oil. This powerful substance acts as a natural insecticide and fungicide. The oils in the peels also contain flavonoids, which give plants an immune boost against various diseases. Beyond pest control, orange peels are surprisingly rich in essential nutrients. They contain nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, the famous NPK trio that all gardeners know and love, along with calcium, magnesium, sulfur, and various micronutrients. What makes orange peel powder particularly effective is that these nutrients are released slowly as the powder breaks down in soil. This creates a time-release effect that provides consistent nourishment rather than the feast or famine cycle that can happen with synthetic fertilizers. How to make your own orange peel powder. Creating your own orange peel powder is surprisingly simple, and the process ensures you're getting a pure product without any additives or fillers that might be found in commercial products. Here's my tried and true method. What you'll need: orange peels. Organic is best to avoid pesticide residue. Baking sheet, food dehydrator or oven, coffee grinder or food processor, airtight container for storage. The process. Start by collecting orange peels. I keep a container in my freezer and add peels whenever we eat oranges. This prevents mold growth until I have enough to process a batch. Make sure to wash the oranges thoroughly before peeling if they're not organic, as conventionally grown citrus fruits often have wax coatings and pesticide residues. Next comes drying. You have a few options here. If you're using a dehydrator, arrange the peels in a single layer on the trays and dry at 135 degrees Fahrenheit, 57 degrees Celsius, for 6 to 12 hours, or until the peels are completely brittle and snap when bent. For oven drying, preheat to the lowest setting, typically around 170 degrees Fahrenheit or 77 degrees Celsius. Spread the peels on a baking sheet and leave the oven door slightly ajar to allow moisture to escape. Check frequently to prevent burning. The process usually takes 2 to 4 hours. In sunny climates, you can air dry the peels by spreading them out on a screen in a warm, well-ventilated area. This method takes longer, usually 3 to 5 days, but preserves more of the natural oils. Once your peels are completely dry, grind them into a fine powder using a coffee grinder or food processor. The finer the powder, the more easily its nutrients will be available to your plants. Store your orange peel powder in an airtight container away from direct sunlight. When properly stored, it can maintain its potency for up to a year, though I prefer to use mine within 6 months for maximum effectiveness. 5 powerful ways to use orange peel powder in your garden. Now for the exciting part, putting this magical powder to work. Here are my favorite applications that have consistently yielded impressive results. Soil amendment. Mix 1 to 2 tablespoons of orange peel powder per gallon of soil when preparing beds or containers. This adds a slow-release nutrient boost that improves soil structure over time. I've found this especially beneficial for heavy feeders like tomatoes and peppers. For established plants, lightly work 1 tablespoon of powder into the top inch of soil around the plant's drip line every 6 to 8 weeks during the growing season. Water thoroughly after application to help initiate the breakdown process. The mild acidity of orange peels makes this powder particularly beneficial for acid-loving plants like azaleas, rhododendrons, blueberries, and strawberries. I've noticed significantly improved foliage color and fruit production when using it with these species. Natural pest deterrent. One of the most remarkable properties of orange peel powder is its ability to repel a wide range of garden pests. The D-limonene content is naturally offensive to many insects, including aphids, ants, mosquitoes, and flies. Create a protective barrier by sprinkling a thin line of powder around vulnerable plants or along the edges of garden beds. Reapply after heavy rain or every 1 to 2 weeks for continuous protection. For more targeted application, mix 2 tablespoons of powder with a quart of water and a drop of dish soap to help it stick. Strain through cheesecloth and spray directly on plant foliage to deter sap-sucking insects. This spray has worked wonders for me against aphids and whiteflies, particularly on my roses and vegetable plants. Compost activator and odor control. Orange peel powder is a fantastic addition to your compost pile. The natural sugars and acids help accelerate decomposition by feeding beneficial microorganisms. Add a handful of powder to your compost bin every few weeks, especially when adding nitrogen-rich materials like grass clippings or kitchen scraps. Not only does this speed up the composting process, but it also helps neutralize unpleasant odors, a welcome bonus during summer months. Seed starting enhancement. Give your seedlings the best possible start by adding a pinch of orange peel powder to your seed starting mix. The natural growth hormones and nutrients support robust root development and stronger stems. For an extra boost, soak seeds in a weak orange peel tea, 1 teaspoon of powder steeped in 1 cup of water overnight, before planting. Foliar spray for growth stimulation. The nutrients in orange peel are readily absorbed through plant leaves, making a foliar spray an excellent way to provide an immediate growth boost during critical development stages. To make the spray, steep 2 tablespoons of powder in 1 quart of hot water for several hours or overnight. Strain thoroughly through a fine cloth, add a drop of dish soap as a spreader sticker, and transfer to a spray bottle. Troubleshooting and tips from my experience. While orange peel powder is generally beneficial, there are a few situations where caution is warranted. Some plants, particularly members of the legume family, beans and peas, seem less responsive to citrus treatments. I've found it's best to use minimal amounts with these crops. In container gardens with limited soil volume, start with smaller applications, perhaps half the recommended amount, and observe how your plants respond before increasing the dosage. The science behind the magic. I'm always fascinated by the why behind gardening practices, and orange peel powder is supported by some compelling science. Research has shown that D-limonene disrupts the respiratory systems of many insects while being relatively harmless to beneficial species like earthworms and pollinators. Studies have also confirmed that citrus peels contain natural auxins and gibberellins, plant hormones that stimulate growth, flowering, and fruit development. Going beyond orange peels. Once you've mastered orange peel powder, consider experimenting with other citrus varieties. Each brings slightly different properties to your garden. Lemon peels tend to be higher in certain micronutrients and can be especially beneficial for plants showing signs of deficiency. Grapefruit peels have been shown to have stronger antifungal properties in some studies, making them excellent for disease prevention. Join the citrus revolution. I hope this deep dive into orange peel powder has inspired you to look at those citrus scraps differently. This simple kitchen byproduct has the potential to transform your garden while reducing waste. It's sustainable gardening at its finest. If you try this technique, I'd love to hear about your results in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to Hydro Haven for more gardening insights and innovations. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming video demonstrating these techniques in action. Remember, the best gardeners are always experimenting and learning. Share this knowledge with your gardening friends and let's spread the word about this incredible natural resource. Until next time, happy growing from all of us at Hydrohaven.